the richest man in Dubai. What does it actually look like when money is no longer a limitation? When a mansion isn't just a mansion, but a private world. When a garage isn't built for 10 cars, but for machines worth millions. When a private jet can take you across the world without ever stepping inside an airport. And when a yacht isn't simply a yacht, but a floating palace built for absolute privacy. This is Dubai, a city where luxury has become a competition. But somewhere above the skyscrapers, behind enormous gates, private runways, and carefully guarded estates, lives a man whose world operates on an entirely different level. Entity people, Sheikh Rashid bin Mohammed. Sheikh Rashid bin Mohammed Al Maktoum, powerful royal families in the Middle East. And his lifestyle? It is the kind of lifestyle most people will never even get close to experiencing. We're talking about spectacular mansions, extraordinary cars, private aviation, luxury watches, elite travel, and access to a world where price tags can become almost meaningless. But here's where it gets interesting. Because the real story isn't simply how much money he has. It's how that money can be turned into a lifestyle. What does his private world look like? What kind of cars sit behind those gates? What does luxury look like when you're part of Dubai's ruling family? And just how far does the royal lifestyle really go? Today, we're going inside that world, from the estates and supercars to private jets, yachts, watches, and the extraordinary details most people never see. This is the life of Sheikh Rashid. Sheikh Rashid was born into the Al Maktoum royal family, and that meant his definition of home was very different from ordinary luxury. One of the most important royal residences connected to his family was Zabil Palace, the principal palace of Dubai's ruling family. This is not a normal mansion. Zabil Palace is a major royal complex in Dubai, used by the ruling family for official and private purposes. And Sheikh Rashid's connection to that royal world began from birth. But the Al Maktoum family's real estate empire goes far beyond one palace. The family has held enormous amounts of land and property in Dubai, while Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Sheikh Rashid's father, has also been reported to own extensive property internationally. In Britain alone, investigations have linked Sheikh Mohammed to more than 100,000 acres of land, with properties worth more than £100 million reported in the United Kingdom. There are also properties connected to him in Rome. That gives you an idea of the scale of the royal family's real estate world. If you want to understand the luxury surrounding Sheikh Rashid, start with the real estate. Because this family doesn't think in terms of houses. They think in palaces, estates, and thousands of acres. Then you have the family's extraordinary Inverness estate in Wester Ross, Scottish Highlands. We're talking about approximately 63,000 acres of private land. Yes, 63,000 acres. The estate stretches around Loch Duich and includes multiple luxury residences, lodges, a hunting lodge, a swimming pool, private facilities, and 3 helipads. The family has continued adding houses to the estate, including a massive 15-bedroom guest lodge approved as the estate's 10th property. A private highland estate of this scale, with multiple luxury residences and extensive private infrastructure, could reasonably be valued in the $100 million plus range, depending on how the land, buildings, and improvements are assessed. But the crazy part isn't even the number. It's the amount of land. 63,000 acres. That's an entire private world. In Newmarket, England, the family has extensive property connected to its world-famous horse racing operation. We're talking private training grounds, stables, gallops, and estates built around some of the world's most valuable racehorses. Put the land, residences, equestrian facilities, and supporting properties together, and you're looking at a real estate empire worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And then there is Dubai. The Al Maktoum family's presence across the city includes royal residences and enormous compounds in some of the most exclusive parts of the emirate. These aren't homes built simply to look expensive. They're built for privacy, security, guests, horses, cars, and an entire royal lifestyle. And that's what makes the real estate so crazy. For most wealthy people, buying a $20 million mansion is the ultimate achievement. For a Dubai royal family, a mansion is only one piece of a much larger property empire. Palaces, private estates, thousands of acres, multiple residences, horse facilities, guest lodges, private grounds, and properties spread across countries. This is the kind of real estate where the land itself can be worth a fortune before you even count what's sitting on it. And after seeing the houses and estates, it's time to see what was sitting inside them. The cars, the supercar collection. Now, let's get to the cars. Because Sheikh Rashid wasn't known for driving ordinary cars. He was deeply involved in the world of horses and racing, but his royal lifestyle also put him around some of the most expensive and exclusive automobiles in Dubai. And one of the names that immediately stands out is Rolls-Royce. A top-spec Rolls-Royce Phantom can cost around $500,000, while heavily customized royal examples can climb far beyond that. Then comes Bentley. A Bentley Mulsanne, or similarly high-spec Bentley, can reach around $300,000 to $400,000 with options and customization. But Dubai royalty doesn't stop at luxury sedans. The garage can move into serious performance territory. Ferrari. A modern Ferrari can easily start around $300,000, while rare and highly collectible examples can pass $1 million. Then there's Lamborghini. A Lamborghini Aventador could cost roughly $500,000 depending on specification, while limited edition versions can go dramatically higher. And when you move into the ultra-exclusive world of royal collections, the price becomes even crazier. A Bugatti Veyron can command around $1.5 million to $2 million, while rare Bugatti models can go far beyond that. Then there is the ultimate symbol of Dubai luxury, Mercedes Maybach. A fully equipped Maybach can easily pass $250,000, combining limousine-level comfort with serious performance. And imagine these machines sitting together inside one private royal garage. A Rolls-Royce, a Bentley, a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, a Bugatti, a Maybach. You're no longer talking about transportation. You're talking about a collection worth millions of dollars. And for Sheikh Rashid, cars were only one part of the lifestyle. Because when you're a member of Dubai's ruling family, you don't necessarily have to drive everywhere. Sometimes you simply leave the garage, walk toward the runway, and take the private jet. Private jets and royal aviation. Now we leave the garage and enter the world of private aviation. For Sheikh Rashid and the Al Maktoum family, flying doesn't mean booking a commercial ticket. It means stepping onto a private aircraft and leaving on your own schedule. The Al Maktoum family's aviation world is closely connected to Dubai's royal aviation infrastructure, including the aircraft operated for the Dubai ruling family. And the scale is enormous. We're talking about aircraft that can cost tens of millions of dollars before the interior is even customized. A large, long-range private jet can cost around $50 million to $100 million. Add a royal interior, private bedrooms, luxury lounges, dining areas, advanced communications, and customized finishes, and the final cost can move toward $100 million or more. This is where private aviation becomes completely different from flying first class. A royal aircraft can have a bedroom, a private bathroom, a full dining area, luxury seating, private offices, entertainment systems, and enough range to cross continents without stopping. The Al Maktoum family's connection to aviation also goes much deeper than simply owning aircraft. Dubai itself is one of the world's biggest aviation centers, and the family has played a major role in building that aviation empire. For Sheikh Rashid, that meant being surrounded by an environment where private aviation was part of royal life. And then there is the ultimate luxury, the helicopter. A private helicopter can cost anywhere from a few $1 million to $20 million or more, depending on the aircraft and customization. It can take you from a private residence directly to a yacht, an airport, an estate, or another royal property. No traffic, no airport queues, no waiting. Just take off. And when you combine private jets, helicopters, royal residences, and international estates, travel becomes almost completely private. But there is still one level of luxury that makes private aviation look ordinary. Because once the jet lands, the next destination can be waiting on the water, the yacht. And this is where Dubai royalty takes luxury onto another level. First is Dubai. This isn't just a yacht. It's a 162-meter floating palace owned by Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. The original reported cost was around $400 million, and at 162 meters long, this yacht is absolutely enormous. It can carry up to 88 crew members, has a range of about 8,500 nautical miles, and reaches speeds of around 26 knots. Inside, the yacht is built like a royal residence. Luxury suites, Grand lounges, dining spaces, a massive swimming pool, jacuzzis, a private cinema, and a nightclub. The yacht even has enough space to accommodate a large royal entourage while sailing around the world. At an estimated $400 million, Dubai is one of the most expensive private yachts ever associated with a ruler of Dubai. But that's not the only yacht connected to the Dubai royal family. Then there's Dubawi, a super yacht reportedly associated with Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed Al Maktoum. This enormous vessel stretches approximately 297 feet. Its reported value has been around $35 million. And the interior is nothing like an ordinary boat. It has 22 staterooms capable of accommodating up to 44 guests. There's a nightclub, multiple lounges, a private owner's deck, a jacuzzi, an elevator, a swimming platform, and even a hospital room. That's not a yacht. That's a floating luxury resort. And this is exactly what makes the royal family's yacht lifestyle so different. One yacht can cost hundreds of millions. Another can cost tens of millions. And these aren't boats purchased simply to cross the water. They're designed to carry the entire luxury lifestyle with them. You can leave Dubai, sail across the Mediterranean, move through the Gulf, or disappear into another part of the world without ever giving up the comforts of a palace. And when you put everything together, this is what makes the lifestyle of Sheikh Rashid and the Al Maktoum family so extraordinary. The palaces, the enormous estates, the millions of dollars in cars, the royal aircraft, the $400 million yacht, and the private world surrounding Dubai's ruling family. This isn't simply about buying expensive things. It's about having access to a level of luxury where space, privacy, and exclusivity become the real status symbols. For Dubai royalty, this has been the world they were born into. This is the extraordinary luxury life of Sheikh Rashid and the Al Maktoum family. And that is where we leave the royal world of Dubai.